Welcome back. Now let us proceed with the differences between corporate social responsibility and corporate social investment. Now, what are the differences here? Corporate social responsibility. It talks to the business behaving ethically. Hence, we say here the intention is to change business practices so that the practices could be ethical and could lead to economic development. But when you look into corporate social investment, meaning investing the money towards the community so that we improve the standards of living, this is actively committing money and resources towards uplifting the community. Then, when you look into another aspect of corporate social responsibility, the focus is what? The focus is on increasing the image and profit, because as the business behaves ethically, it attracts customers. It will attract people who have the skills so that they become more and more productive. That will increase the image and more profit for the business. And when we look into corporate social investment, the focus is on uplifting or upliftment of the community without return on investment. But there are advantages. Hence, after this, we look into the impact of the community and the impact of the business as they do both corporate social responsibility and corporate social investment. Because when you look into these two, the other one is investment, which focuses on the business actively investing money into the community or resources. But when you look into corporate social responsibility, it talks to the business behaving ethically, especially in line with those components we talked about: business ethics, supply chain or distribution channels, the community, and also looking into customers. So those are the components in which the business would use to behave ethically. Now let us look into the impact to say what are the advantages of a business that does both your corporate social responsibility and corporate social investment. What are those advantages now? The advantages or positives or the impact of corporate social responsibility and corporate social investment on the business. To say when a business is contributing money to the community, what are the advantages? And when the business is behaving ethically, what are the advantages for such a business? The first advantage is that the business would attract employees, and the first advantage is the business may attract experienced employees and increase the pool of skilled labor, which could increase productivity. How will the business attract these experienced employees? Is because the business would be having a positive image, because as they contribute towards the community and come up with these projects, their image will be known. And another aspect is that if they behave ethically, that will also be known by the community, and it will give a business an advantage because they will attract experienced employees who will also increase the pool of skilled labor, meaning skilled workers inside the business, which will lead to productivity because experienced workers know and have better skills, and with those skills they can help the business to achieve the state of productivity. The state of productivity meaning the business will be able to produce more and more using less resources and without wasting any resource. Then another advantage is that the positive or improved image as the business looks after their employees and conducts itself in a responsible way by behaving ethically. That is another advantage of a business that does your corporate social responsibility and corporate social investment. Keep one thing in mind. You cannot separate the impact of corporate social responsibility and corporate social investment, because the two are combined and they're basically showing a good attitude that the business is having towards the community and their employees. And another advantage is that a business may have a competitive advantage, resulting in good publicity and improved reputation because they are doing corporate social responsibility, which is behaving ethically, and corporate social investment, which is giving back or actively investing money towards the community. What are the disadvantages? Customers may not buy their products and services, resulting in decrease in sales, whereas the business has contributed money towards the community. So the business can contribute money to the community, but the same community may sometimes not buy from that business, which can have a negative impact for the business. And then social spending reduces business or economic efficiency, which makes the business to be less competitive, because instead of using their profit to be more productive, to be more economically efficient, they are using their profit to give back to the community. That is a negative aspect, because the focus of business always is to make profit and try to achieve maximization of profit. Then, what are the positives now? Or what is the impact of CSR and CSI on the community? How is the business going to benefit? And that is the first aspect we spoke about. But now we're about to talk about the impact of CSR and CSI on the community, to say, how is the community going to benefit? What are the positives there? The positives are socioeconomic issues are attended to, which will improve the welfare of the community. So when we are saying socio-economic issues are attended to, this helps the welfare of the community, because some of the issues such as unemployment will be dealt with, as job creation will be done via your corporate social investment and corporate social responsibility. And then another positive is that training opportunities in the community increase the possibility of appointment of members of the community within the community. So that is how the community is benefiting. Here we are not talking about the business. We are talking about how the community would benefit from the CSR and CSI. And then provisions of bursaries encourage communities to improve their skills, because they are able to further their education. And then as we look into the negatives are businesses are not always equipped to address the real social problems, such as unemployment, such as crime. Businesses may not have the skills to deal with such social problems. And then communities tend to be dependent on corporate social responsibility programs and struggle to take their own initiative, meaning to come up with their own way to deal with their societal problems. And then distribution of scarce resources to selected beneficiaries, such as maybe non-governmental organizations or organizations that help people in the community. The distribution of scarce resources can be a problem because it may lead to problems such as discrimination. Some community members may not receive those scarce resources that the business is trying to give to the community. So that becomes a problem. So that is the end of our lesson. Remember, we looked into CSR and CSI. Then we looked into the examples of CSI. Then we also looked into focus areas and the purpose of CSI. Then with CSR, we looked into the purpose, the components, and now we looked into the impact of CSR and CSI on the business, to say how will the business benefit from giving back and behaving ethically. And then we also looked into the impact of CSR and CSI on the community, to say how will the community benefit. We talked about bursaries, to say they'll be receiving bursaries which will improve the levels of education in the community. But the negatives are businesses are not always equipped to address societal problems, which can be a problem when it comes to the community, and communities will depend on CSR and fail to take their own initiative. That is another negative impact of CSR and CSI on the community. So with that being said, this is the end of our lesson, hoping we gave you the education you need. And this is to say you are the best, and the best always wins. So thank you for watching. Keep well. Goodbye.